Hello my fellow internet traders, my name is StockDarts, and today I'd like to give you a couple of falling wedge patterns that I think we can add to our watch list. It is Tuesday, October 2nd, pretty much 1 p.m. And the first chart I'd like to point out is Walmart. You can see Walmart's falling wedge here displayed on my chart, on my screen, and it's pretty clear that we are having a decent day today. We're up almost 1%, found some nice support here at 94, and are looking to sort of break past the 20-period moving average and get on the top side of this descending trend line. If we can do that, we have plenty of room up to 100 and then past it. You can see Walmart did a really good job this year of basing out somewhere in the 90 to 80 range. You can see this nice rounded bottom all the way from March to August, and then we gapped up in August all the way up to about $100, and then we weren't ready to really sustain price action above there, right? And that's typically what happens when you have these big strong moves, is you'll find the ceiling and then you slowly consolidate and sort of really figure out where the buyers that missed out on that gap are and where they're waiting to sort of step in. And it looks like it's about the halfway point of that gap, right? The gap's almost at 98. It started somewhere in the 90 range, so almost about 8 points, and we've dropped about 4 down to 94, and found a nice bunch, nice little group of buyers, right? First supported it over here in August, and then we did it again twice in September, now on October, the beginning of the month, and we are starting to make our way back up. So once we break that wedge, I think that it'll confirm that we found enough buyers to sort of really probe that $100 range again, and then hopefully, if we have enough buyers that stick around, start to push past it and start to explore some of the highs from the very beginning of the year. The next chart I want to point out is Palo Alto Networks, PANW. And again, you can see a nice wedge. And not quite the strong move today. You can see we're actually a little bit down today, right? Down almost about 1%. Exploring the bottom of that wedge and coming up into our 50-period moving average. So this one is maybe a few days behind what we're seeing on Walmart, but overall I think it's also a very positive base and a very nice pattern that could signal some strong action in the near future. You'll notice that the base here, not quite the rounded bottom, but what we did have was a strong move up at the beginning of the year, and then we based out over the summer, and now as we approach the fall, you can see we broke out in late August, early September, and we sort of pulled back over the last couple of weeks, and it looks like we're establishing again that buyers are willing to step in here, and once we find enough buyers to start pushing past this wedge, I think we can expect to move back to 237 and likely beyond it as we sort of establish a secondary base and explore what the ceiling of that base will be. You can see here if we draw a nice little rectangle, right? So this was the first base that we formed throughout the summer, and then what we're looking at doing right now is establishing a new base, and I believe once we break out of this wedge, what we're going to do is explore where the ceiling of that base is going to be. It could still be 238, so this is going to be a good spot to take some profits, but it could end up being something more like this. Maybe we head into the 240s and explore some price action up there and try to really figure out where the sellers are and where they're willing to, how long people are willing to hold Palo Alto before they figure it's a little overpriced, right? So those are the two charts we're looking at today. I think both of them are worthy inclusions to our watch list. I think both still need a little bit more positive price action before I'm ready to get in, but you want to watch them now before they totally break out of these wedges, so we're ready to enter once they start to give us some constructive price action. That's it for today. If you like this sort of content, make sure you hit like or subscribe on our YouTube channel. That way I get an idea of what you guys like, and it really helps me out as far as getting some traction on YouTube and adding another platform as far as a different way for me to give you guys some good trade ideas. Other than that, have a good rest of today.